Once in a town much like ours, there lived a woman named Elara. Her life was full. Meetings, lists, deadlines, responsibilities that never seemed to stop. And though she did all the right things, something inside her felt muted, like a song half remembered, but tucked away in her heart lived a small, curious voice. It loved to play. It carried scraps of melody, spilled color across the floor, whispered spirals in the margins of notebooks. It nudged her gently. Try this. Dance a little. Draw for no reason. Elara had ignored it for years. Until one morning, on her way to work, she heard it speak. Do you remember how to play? The question surprised her. She realized she didn't. That evening, instead of turning on the television or scrolling her phone, she followed the whisper. It led her to a dusty box in the back of her closet. Inside were crayons, broken, worn, half forgotten, the faint smell of wax and childhood clinging to them. She laughed softly. Crayons? At her age? But the voice urged, just try. So, she sat on the floor and began to draw. Not a masterpiece, not even something recognizable. Just spirals of color, loops and lines with no purpose except delight. And in that moment, The room seemed lighter. Her chest loosened. She was no longer performing, producing, or perfecting. She was simply playing. In the days that followed, she found herself sneaking more of these moments, doodling in her journal, humming while cooking, dancing barefoot in the kitchen, letting the wind brush against her face as she thrilled. Each time she did, she felt more alive. One evening, a crayon rolled across the floor and landed on her foot. She laughed, drew another line, and smiled. That small act felt like magic, like a spark of childhood rising again. Later that night, under the stars, the voice whispered once more, "This is why I am here. Not to help you succeed, not to help you prove yourself. I am here to help you play. To remind you that life itself is a game, and unfolding a chance to explore." And in that moment, Elara understood. The whole purpose of living was not to rush, not to win, but to play. When I hear Elara's story, it stirs something inside me. I remember the afternoons of my own childhood, when the world felt endless and light. When my only wonders were playing, making, laughing. When my hands could create whole wounds out of nothing. A blanket became a castle, a puddle an ocean, a stick a wand. I remember spinning in circles just to see the sky tilt. Laughter spilled out of me like sunlight. I remember humming nonsense songs that had no beginning and no end. I remember moving without care, without measure, without asking permission. I remember the laughter as I ran through the rain, not because we lacked water at home, but simply because it was pure joy to splash and spin under the falling drops. I remember the smell of the sand, soft and warm after the rain, making me want to taste it when no one was looking. Such a wonderful thing to be a child. And yet, I realize how much of that I've carried with me and how much I've left behind. How often I forget that this lightness, this play is still inside me, waiting quietly, patiently to rise again. Isn't that what life is about after all? Remembering that no matter how old we are, there is still a child within. A child who wants nothing else but to play, to laugh, to be in awe. After all, life is not so serious, don't you think? For the brief moment our feet touch this ground, why not make it a delight? So today, I want us to return there together, to pick up a pen and let it wander, to hum a song with no melody, to move our bodies unmeasured and barefoot just because it feels good. And I invite you to go back in time. What memories of lightness rise in you when you think of your childhood? Which parts of you have been waiting to play? How can you step into curiosity, wonder, and delight today? Take a moment, close your eyes if you want. Let your mind drift to the places, sounds, and colors of your own childhood. Feel the lightness in your chest. Notice the joy that has been waiting for you. There is no right way, no outcome to achieve, just the small, miraculous joy of being alive, of remembering how to move freely, create freely, and play freely. Because play is not gone. It waits like an old friend, and all it asks is that we say yes. Elara never stopped working. She still had lists and responsibilities, but her days now carried lightness because she remembered the voice, the play, the joy. And so she lived, alive, open, and full of wonder.